we're back with part of, just should be the last part anyway. Hopefully this won't be more than an hour. If it is, it's okay. Put up, I don't have my stand or whatever that I've been using, and I'm holding it with my hand, so it's gonna be kind of shaky and I'll be moving around a lot. If I decide to get my setup out like halfway through, you guys will know. I'll tell you, and I'll put my phone down, whatever, and go get everything again. I'm currently rendering a video, so I apologize for any noises my computer may make. I'm waiting on something to load, and it's not loading, and I'm about to cry and yell. Anyway, let's see. Oh, there it goes. Now it's loading. We are right at the beginning of part 4.2. So let's go. Again, I'll be reading everything. This is really loud. Oh, why? Are you loading now? Which one is this? Okay. So, part 1 already convened. I assume both sides are ready? Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. I can understand the defense acting like this. However, why do you all seem distraught, Mr. Edgeworth? It's nothing, Your Honor. What's wrong with Edgeworth? It looks like something unexpected just happened to him. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you could please tell the court the results of the handwriting analysis on Ms. Impact's suicide note. Yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I discovered that the suicide note is a forgery. What? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This note was not written by Ms. Impact herself. It is a fake. Order. Mr. Edgeworth, would you care to explain what's going on? If this was not written by Ms. Impact, then who wrote it? We would need more time to do a more detailed analysis. However, it appears that the handwriting matches that of the victim, Mr. Corita. Well, looks like Ms. Impact never left a suicide note after all. She never wrote anything about On Guard. However, Your Honor, even though the suicide note is indeed a fake, Mr. On Guard could not have known that, and so the facts remain unchanged. Under the assumption that it was real, he had applied to possess it. That does sound very plausible. This theory that On Guard has no idea that the suicide note is a fake. Something seems a little wrong with it. Let's present some evidence. The defense believes that the theory that the prosecution has stated contradicts testimony. If everything the prosecution has proven up to this point is true, then it's impossible for Mr. On Guard to not have known it was a fake. You see this here? Yeah. What is this little item called again? A video camera, Your Honor. Well, a very small one, but... Oh, that's right. A camera. Ah, you kids and your fancy toys nowadays. Mr. Edgeworth, earlier you claimed that Mr. On Guard knew of the existence of this note because he was spying on the victim. Isn't that right? If that were true, then this means Mr. On Guard would have known that the victim had forged the note. Ack! So then the defendant knew the suicide note was a fake. And if that's true, then the situation has suddenly changed in a very dramatic way. Exactly, Your Honor. The prosecution's theory as to what Mr. On Guard's motive for murder was has suddenly disappeared into thin air. But, Your Honor, it's not as if Mr. On Guard monitored Mr. Corey 24 hours a day. Perhaps the victim wrote the note in a place announced this on Google Plus as well. Well, right back at you, Mr. Edgeworth. Why don't you show us some proof that the victim had forgery at an unknown place? My arm's starting to kill me, but it's okay. Order, Mr. Edgeworth. It looks like this time it is you who has dug his own grave. As I figured. Huh? As you figured? As I figured, it came down to this after all. Mr. Edgeworth, you are not making any sense. When I heard the results of the handwriting analysis, I thought this might happen. The question is, what next? What next? Hang on. If the prosecution can't prove Mr. Enguarde's motive throughout the evidence, then we must prove it from another angle. Well, I agree with you there, Your Honor. The prosecution would like to call a witness to the stand at this time. Oh, well, that's fine. However, this witness is a little unusual. Hang on. Okay. Sorry. Mr. Edward's stuttering? This is not like him at all. Unusual? Well, what sort of witness is this person, Mr. Edgeworth? This witness is one who is perfectly fit to answer once and for all the question of, who was it that hired Shelly the Killer to commit murder? That's impossible. Who in the... No such person exists who can answer that question with certain certainty. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth, who is this witness? It's, Yes, go on, who is it? The man himself, Mr. Shelly the Killer. Oh, Mr. the Killer. What? Shelly the Killer? You mean the killer, I mean the assassin? Yes, Your Honor. He's coming here to the witness stand? Well, yes, in a manner of speaking. I recognize that this is a very unusual circumstance, so I ask for your permission. Well, Mr. Wright? Yes. Is this alright with you? Do I have a choice here? I can't really do much else to drag this trial out. Our defense has no objections, Your Honor. I wonder if it really is alright to do this. Very well, then. The prosecution calls our witnesses to the stand. Edgeworth, is there no other way left to us? Now then, witness. Your name and your, occupation, please. Very good, sir. My name is Shelly the Killer, and I'm a professional assassin. I say, but what is going on here? Your Honor, how can you remain so calm? And what is the meaning of this two-way radio? Actually, Your Honor, it was delivered to me just now, and it came with a condition. As long as we do not trace its source, Mr. the Killer will testify to this court. So this must be what that urgent phone call he got earlier was about. Oh no, this will not do. I cannot allow this in my court. First of all, we can't even be sure this is really Mr. the Killer himself. Witness, please present some sort of proof that you are in fact Shelly the Killer. I understand. Please wait a second. I'm so hungry. A voice! Mr. Wright, can you confirm anything from this? The defense has no objection to this person! We're satisfied that this man is indeed Shelly the Killer. Whew. It looks like we have run into yet another unexpected turn of events. I love his theme. So chill. Anywho, well, it doesn't seem like we have too many choices under these circumstances, so... Now then, witness, there's one thing I would like to confirm before we speak of anything else. And what would that be? At the request of his client, you killed Mr. 𝙑𝙑𝙁𝙁. Is this correct? Is it as you It is as you say. I did indeed kill Mr. 𝙑𝙁𝙁. Now that we have answered that, let's move on to the name of your client. Very well. This is all just a bad dream. Yes, that's it. A bad dream. Shelly the Killer. What is he going to say? Oh. There's something I must first state. To an assassin, nothing is more important than the trust between a client and himself. And that is the reason I'm here today on this witness stand. It is my wish that you grasp this concept before I give the name of my client. Mr. the Killer seems to be a very clever man, and I'd almost say he seems to be mocking us. While he may appear to be our enemy, Your Honor, Mr. the Killer is only stating the truth. He is no hypocrite. He has always stood by this one belief. You mean about this trust between his clients and himself thing? It seems to be a level of trust beyond what people like me can comprehend. Well, Mr. Wright, are you ready to cross-examine the witness? Yes, Your Honor. There's no way to know what's coming next, so stay cool and collected, Phoenix. Let's do this! Okay. Let's go ahead and press him on this statement. The trust between you and your client. I provide my services in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. If too many people knew my face, it would be quite troublesome. And that is why you're testifying in this manner? This is the first time one of my clients has ever been accused of murder. I must preserve the 𝙎𝙊𝘾 name so my clients can trust me. But couldn't someone stab you in the back and break your trust? It has never happened before, but if it ever did, yes, that person wouldn't be my client for very long. They would certainly... That's enough, please, no more. Very well. It was only a hypothetical anyway. And then press on the third statement. We'll start something too. That seems a little strange to me. I mean, you're about to tell us the name of your client. I would think that this would be very bad for them. It doesn't matter to me. This client has already broken the rules and acted outside of their prescribed role. Their role? This person tried to implicate another of the crime in order to save themselves. And this is a trespass that cannot be forgiven. Sorry, I'm adjusting my stuff again. Okay. You, who gave you the right to be so high and mighty? To the gentleman who I can't speak. To the gentleman who spoke just now. Excuse me, but would you care to die? Ah, no, I didn't say anything. The judge should better watch himself. Press that one again. Trust between your client. I provide my services in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. These are the rules and duties of an assassin and his client to carry out. I'm sorry, but I was wondering about something you just said. You said that your client had already broken the rules. A person who frames another is the worst kind of human. And that's why you feel you can betray this person? I have no trust relation with the client who can't understand their assigned role. Just my luck. An assassin with a conscience. Who would have figured? Now then, everyone, do you think you can understand my logic? This case just keeps getting better and better. If you can't, then I'm afraid we can't proceed. Everyone understands your point, I think, really. In that case, I believe I am prepared to disclose this information you seek. You have made it crystal clear that you value trust over all else. I believe we are ready. Excellent. What is it? No, I can't bring myself to ask the client's name. If you can't ask it, Mr. Red, then I will. Witness! What is the name of your client who requested the murder of Mr. 광ⴘⴘ That person's name is... Adrian Andrews. What?! Oh, fudge. Witness? That's not who you told me it was earlier. Pray tell, what are you talking about, Mr. Prosecutor? I should think I know my own client, and it is Adrian Andrews. What? This can't be on the phone earlier. Well, what's going on here? My guess is that Mr. 𝙎𝙊𝘾 just stabbed Mr. Edgeworth in the back. Stabbed Edgeworth in the back? I'm sure in order to get an audience at this court, Mr. 𝙎𝙊𝘾 told him a different name. Man on guard, perhaps. This is outrageous. I was deceived. This witness is telling a very serious lie. But you were the one who summoned this witness. You silly killer. My testimony is the truth. The defendant at the moment is Matt on guard. Am I correct? And all I wish to do is help procure his acquittal. Wow. All of a sudden, it feels like we can actually win this. Yeah. But you're not! Okay, sorry. The prosecution has failed to provide a motive and has instead provided the suicide note, which is a forgery created by the victim. Furthermore, there is a possibility that the defendant himself knew it was a fake. But most definitive of all, we have heard from the assassin himself the name of his client. Mr. 𝙎𝙊𝘾's client who requested the murder was not the defendant at all. No. With all this evidence, it is obvious to me that this means that Mr. Ant on guard is innocent. I seem to have caused you all a bit of confusion. Please, continue your discussion and call me when you release the verdict. Bailiff, please bring Ms. Adrian Andrews in immediately. What now? With the way this is going, On Guard will be found innocent. This may be our last chance to save Maya. Yeah, but Edgeworth is right. The killer is lying. And On Guard, my client, I know he's guilty. Can I live with myself if I win this? No. Who would have believed that the prosecution's own witness would absolve the defendant? Your Honor, the prosecution requests permission to further request a witness. Further question the witness. Shelley, the killer, is certainly lying under oath. It wasn't me. Listen, everyone, please. That testimony just now. It was all one big lie. Miss Andrews, his suicide note may have been a fake, but that man, Matt, he's the real reason Celeste died. And Juan's death, it was all because he got pulled into Matt's twisted world. That testimony just now. You have to believe me. It was a horrible, horrible lie. But Mr. the Killer himself had testified. He has named you as his client. No, that's not true. Also, there's quite a bit of evidence that points to you. The knife and button, donning the Nickel Samurai's costume. But that's... You even have a motive. We know that Miss Celeste impacts was a large part of your life. You wanted to follow her, and you wanted revenge against the two who hurt her. I would say you have plenty of reasons to want them both dead. No, Mr. Wright? You know the truth. Tell them the real story. Who the real killer is. Tell them, please, help me. Yes, I know the truth. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I believe we have reached the end of this trial. Therefore, I ask the defense for any final words of my opinions. I have to decide. Do I take the not guilty verdict and save Maya? Or do I throw this chance away and wait for Gumshoe's new evidence? What am I supposed to do? We are going to head and request the trial continue. Phoenix. I can't do it, Mia. I can't accept the not guilty. You are a lawyer. I know. But Matt On Guard is a killer. A murderer. I can't let him get away like this. I can't let someone else take the fall. If I let Miss Andrews be convicted, then I'm no better than On Guard. And even though I don't want to admit it, I have to face the fact that it is because of Edgeworth that I now know the real truth. He could have gotten On Guard convicted so many times over, but he never took a single one of those chances. If I take this verdict right now, I'd be betraying his trust. His trust? I never thought about it until now. I trust him? Yes, you do. Mr. Wright, your opinion, please. The defense requests that we be allowed to further question Mr. the Killer. Am I hearing you correctly, Mr. Wright? Right. But that witness has cleared your client through his testimony. Your job here is done. I'm not done yet. To see through this witness's lies and find the truth. That is my job, Your Honor. There's still more evidence to look at. And I'm sure that once those pieces arrive here in this very courtroom, a miracle will occur. Very well, the trial will continue. Mr. Edgeworth, please reestablish a connection with Mr. the Killer. Right away, Your Honor. Has the verdict been reached? Before that, we would like to talk with you a little more. About? All you needed from me was the name of my client. What else could you need from me for? Well, actually, we would like to hear everything you know about this case. That is how things are usually done. What is he talking about? Usually done. But what shall we have him testify about now? Mr. the Killer, if you don't mind, please testify about your client in more detail. You legal people and your procedures. Is it any wonder no one likes to go to court? Truly it is. My family's been through it and it's not fun. I'm serious. Long story short, I'm not going to talk about it. But let's just say this is the main reason why we had to move. Okay, anyway. As I've already stated quite a few times, Adrian Andrews is my client. However, one thing I simply cannot overlook is tampering with the scene of the crime. My client did it to frame another for the crime. While pretending to be the first person to discover the body and enter the scene, Adrian Andrews already knew from the very beginning that Juan Corrida was dead. But even more appalling is the creation and planting of the knife and button. That act is what I was referring to when I said my client had broken the rules. The This is the most unexpected turn of events for the 5th time now. However, this time, everything has finally been revealed. Just a second, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. We still have the cross-examination to do. But you don't need to question testimony like this. Do you, Mr. Ray? Your Honor, the defense would question the witness. As if I have a choice here. Huh? Why? What this witness has said is nothing but beneficial to the defense's case. If you scrutinize the testimony, then I'll expose the lies of that oh-so-beneficial testimony, I suppose. I don't understand what's going on anymore. That makes 2 of us. Okay, so I don't have to press these next couple of ones I'm gonna press, but I want to do it just to kind of lighten the mood a little. What is it, Mr. Wright? If I press him the wrong way, I might miss possessions on his end, but I have to do something to waste more time. Witness, about requesting a hit. Yes? How much is your fee? I see you are also quite a dark-hearted man, Mr. Attorney. Huh? If you would like to talk to business, we can do so after the trial. No! Mr. Wright, yes. You want to kill me? You want me dead, don't you? What? Why would you think something like that, Your Honor? Guilty, Mr. Phoenix, and you are guilty! Witness, let's continue. Why did you disclose the name of your client? They are your client, are they not? That's what that quote's from. Oh my god. 2, 3, 4. That's my video done? Yay! So you're saying most clients wouldn't do such a thing? That is correct. Usually, most people try to create an alibi for themselves. If you should use my services, Mr. Attorney, I would suggest you plan for your alibi too. Ah, no, I already told you, I have no intention of ever using your services. Why does he keep looking at me like I'm the one on trial here? 5, 6, 7. And that's all you have to testify? Yes, and I pray that I will never be called to the stand again. Again, as in you plan to continue? I must, as I have yet to find a person to take my place and become the fourth successor. Hey, Kay. Actually, how would you like a new life, Mr. Attorney? Excuse me? No, I'm fine, really. Are you really now? I wonder what kind of man the judge thinks I am now. What are you going to do now, Phoenix? All I can do now is expose the lies. That's true. However, you realize that will be very bad for our client, right? I'm so confused. But the one thing I know for sure is I can't put this trial on yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, no, this is 5. Yes. Ooh, nice. I saw the post. I haven't checked it out yet, but. Uh-oh. I'm about to get a penalty. Fudge. This evidence clearly reveals that this statement and I cannot speak. This evidence clearly reveals that. Oh yeah, I saw the post. I know. I was gonna go +1 it just to make sure to say I saw it. This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. How exactly are the evidence of the statement just now related? They aren't, are they? Not at all. Mr. Wright, please think this facts over before making accusations. And I got a penalty! Yay! This is great. I counted wrong. I don't think that will mean any points to the judge. No, it didn't! Okay, wait. Oh. 4, 5. I was counting right. I'm so stupid. There. That's better. Thank you so much for taking the time to testify, Mr. the Killer. I'm sorry. Just blame my freaking Wi-Fi. What is the meaning of that attitude? When Adrian Andrews entered the victim's room, your client had no idea that 𝙎𝙬 had been murdered. But how do you know that? From this wine glass, Your Honor. The glass. Mr. DeKiller's supposed client, through Mr. Correa, had only fainted. Thought that he had, well, okay. I can't speak. I'm done. Which is why this glass of tomato juice was poured for the victim. But isn't that just a part of Adrian Andrews' calculated plan? That is not possible, Your Honor. The glass bears the fingerprints of that person. Had this been planned, they would never have left their fingerprints behind. I see your point, Mr. Edgeworth. What is your opinion? Strangely enough, I had the same exact thought just now. Witness, how do you explain this strange phenomenon? Isn't it such a waste of time to ask about such a minor detail? It's not a very important point anyway, correct? I gotta read chickens. Okay, back into this. I'm afraid you are mistaken. If Adrian Andrews really is your client, as you claim, then your client should have had knowledge of Mr. Correa's death. If not, then that can only mean that Adrian Andrews was never your client at all. How strange. Yes? Why is it that the attorney has yet to raise an objection at this absurd situation? Phoenix, if the killer figures out what we're up to, we're in real trouble. Yeah, I know. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm surprised. You know you can't say things like that without any evidence. Sorry. That sounded like an awfully weak objection to me. Anyway, I am positive that there was a contradiction in that testimony. The prosecution requests further testimony concerning when the request was taken. Very well. Right now I have to buy us more time while we wait for the items the killer left behind to get here. I just know that the very outcome of this trial lies with those items. This request came to me, about a week ago. It was a request for my services on the night of the award ceremony. We met at a certain bar to discuss and finalize a few matters. That is what occurred. I trust my memory, and I believe I have made no mistakes. So you physically met your client, huh? That is correct. Meeting one's client is the first step to building trust, in my opinion. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. This request came to me, about a week ago. Yeah, okay. Blah, blah, blah. We're gonna go ahead and press this. So you physically met Adrian Andrews, yes? Of course I did. What was that? What was with that brief pause? Witness, I would like for you to give us a few more details. I always meet my clients as a matter of principle. I have never taken a request by telephone or mail. And why is that? That's because I value the trust between a client and myself above all else. And the only way to establish that is to speak to the client while looking them in the eye. Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony of any importance? We're gonna say it wasn't important. I'm choking on my own saliva. Great. Why he meets his clients is not important, and that wasn't the point. Witness, please stop sidestepping my questions. What do you mean by that? My question was, did you really meet Adrian Andrews in person? I already told you, Mr. Wright. I did. It was only through talking with him face to face that I began to trust him. That's when I thought, I can trust this person as a client. It's so true what they say about talking face to face. Well, Mr. Wright, whatever. It was very important. If I heard what I think I just heard right now, or I heard just now, then I think I've got him. Your Honor, I believe the testimony just now was of the utmost importance. Huh? Really? If that's the case, witness, please include the statement just now in your testimony. Very well. Ah! Present. Boop. I would like to go over this one more time. You met Adrian Andrews at a bar and took the request at the time? Yes, that is correct. And that's when you thought he was trustworthy. How many times must I repeat myself? Yes, that is correct. I'm sorry, but that is an impossible tale. What? 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝙄𝘼. You have never met the real Adrian Andrews. Why would you say that? Because you made one very big slip-up about her. So what is the issue? What did you say just now? About her? If you had ever met Adrian Andrews in person, one look would have told you that she is a woman. Oh! Oh, this is getting good. I love this so much. I love this case, but also hate it at the same time. Anyway, order in the court. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? This witness testified to the following: that he always meet face to face with his clients when taking their request, but he had never ever met Adrian Andrews in person. Yes, Your Honor, that is exactly the point. That means Mr. 𝙬𝘻𝑙𝑟's client could not have been Miss Adrian Andrews. Mr. Edgeworth, I understand your logic on this one. However, why would the assassin make such a basic mistake? I believe it has to do with her name, Your Honor. Her name? Yes, Adrian Andrews is, without a doubt, a very androgynous name. Yes, I see. Unluckily for Mr. 𝙬𝘻𝑙𝑟, this entire time he was on the stand, no one had stated Adrian Andrews' gender. He's having a moment. He's freaking out, that's what's going on. And so, he simply picked the wrong gender to go with. What is going on? 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝑙𝑟, this court demands an explanation! I think somehow I must have mixed up this client with another. So does that mean you remember something different now? Yes, of course. Well, yeah, I know, but I don't know how else to explain it other than he's freaking out and trying not to die. Please, if you would allow me to testify once more. Arg, I know he's just going to spit out more lies. Very well, but this time, please give us the truth, and nothing but the truth. I was about to do something. I can't. Sorry. Yes, now I remember. I took that request by mail. There have been times when I took a job without having met my client. The request was for the murder of 𝙑𝙑𝙀𝙀 and 2 or 3 other small things. When I saw the name at the end of the letter, I thought that my client to be a man. But you just said you never took it by mail. What? Excuse me. So you took this job through a letter. He didn't mention anything about a letter in his earlier testimony, which means he is definitely lying. Yeah, he says he never takes it by anything by letter. So it makes no sense to me that he would take one by letter but nobody else's. I don't know. Be careful, Phoenix. If you break the assassin's testimony completely, it's over for us. I know, I can't make him suspicious, but I think we're okay. I think we can do this. As long as he's standing there across from me, no matter how strong of a punch I throw, he'll counter it. I have to get in another position. I can never find an uncomfortable position while I'm streaming with this in my hand because I have to keep resting my arm down. And every time I lay on my arm for too long, it gets uncomfy, and I can never find a comfortable position, and I want to cry. Anyways. Yes, no, I remember. Yep, okay. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna... 2 or 3 other things? Yes. And what were these other things? A few other things that have nothing to do with this case. What should I do? Should I let him side with that? It'd really be bad if I push his buttons the wrong way and he gets mad. I'm gonna go ahead and press further. Whether or not they're related to this case is for the court to decide. Mr. Attorney. Yes. Everything I've said from the beginning has been nothing but beneficial to your client, which is why I wonder what is pushing you to continue with this cross-examination. Could it be that you are planning to betray your own client? That's... I smell the stench of a backstabber, and should you turn out to be one... Wait! Uh-oh, this is looking really bad. I shouldn't press my luck. Alright, I had to think. Is this worth pursuing? Yes. Witness, this is a very important matter. Please cooperate and tell us what these other jobs your client requested were. If it's truly that important, I suppose I don't have much of a choice. The bear figurine. The bear figurine? After that I can't really freaking speak today. After the assassin of the target, I was to find that figurine. I was told that this job was just as important as the actual killing. And where was that figurine? It was inside Mr. Corio's suitcase. And then, what did you do next? I handed it over to my client right away. You gave it to your client. Interesting. This information certainly sounds important to me. Witness, please include what you just stated in your testimony. As you wish. One of these was to find the bear figurine and to give it to Adrian Andrews. Boom. Shelley to killer. If you had really given the bear to Miss Andrews, then this item should not have been inside it. This item. I see where you're going. Yep, that's where I'm going. Where's everyone going? Do I need to pack a suitcase? Your Honor, please think back to Miss Andrews' testimony. I was going to burn it for her sake. If even for a single minute, this bear had actually been in Miss Andrews' hands, I'm sure she would have taken the suicide note out and burned it. Ooh, it's about to get good. I'm getting excited. Order, order, order. So that's where you two were going. So by the very fact the suicide note was still inside the bear, tells us that your client didn't know how to disassemble the puzzle. Which means... It means, Your Honor, that it is impossible for Adrian Andrews to be the client. I didn't see what that was, but I don't really care at this point. Order, order, order! Mr. Phoenix, right? I'm sure I mentioned this before. How I hate traitors above all else. I think your cross-examination has clearly demonstrated something to me. You must wish to break your end of our agreement. No, that's not! That's enough! If that is your intention, that there is only one thing for me to do! But wait, please! Gentlemen, ladies, please excuse me. I have a matter that I must attend to. No! Please! Not that! Please wait! Mr. Attorney, bring this trial to a speedy end and I may stay in my hand. Otherwise... I can't. I get too high-pitched for that. What in the... Mr. Wright, are you... Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. I didn't understand this witness's outburst just now. Do you think there is a need to hear more testimony, or is this enough? Well, we should. Edgeworth, we can't do this. If we keep this up, she'll... the prosecution, what has come over everyone? Even you aren't. The prosecution rests. What is going on around here? The prosecution has no further questions, Your Honor. What? Oh. I'm... Sorry. Well, I never thought I'd see the day. This is the most unusual situation. The prosecution rests with no further questions. Then, the prosecution has failed to uphold its stance. Sorry, I'm reading something. Okay. If that is the case, Then, even though I am reluctant, I must believe that Mr. DeKiller's testimony is accurate. That would mean that Mr. Shelley DeKiller's client is Adrian Andrews. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. If I end the trial here, right now, then your client, Matt Engarde, would be declared innocent, and in his place, Adrian Andrews would be charged with murder. Miss Andrews would be charged with murder. I know! He's dying over here! The prosecution has no further questions, so we will now hear the defense's final remarks. Bailiff, please bring the defendant, Matt Engarde, to the stand. The evidence from DeKiller's hideout didn't make it in time. We tried as hard as we could, but it looks like our time has run out. I can't believe it. The outcome now lies in your hands. Okay, dude, did the old guy finally decide? To be honest, I can't think of you as truly innocent or a good person. And you have done enough evil to drive a woman to suicide. But, at least on the charge of murder, it would appear you are innocent. So, I guess even the old funny duddy figured me out. Mr. Engarde, you were atrocious as a lawyer, weren't you? Giving your client away like this. And that refreshing like a spring breeze cup. It's just almost atrocious, don't you agree? Anyway, get on with it and pronounce me innocent already. Right, Mr. Lawyer? Should I side with justice? Or should I save Maya's life? You'd better get Engarde guilty sentence, okay? But if I did that, Maya will die. But if I say he's innocent, then Miss Andrews will be charged as the murderer. Do I say he's guilty or not guilty? Either choice I make, someone's life is going to end. It all hinges on what I choose. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear the defense's final statements on this matter. If the person who hired the assassin was Adrian Andrews. Sorry, I'm turning up my volume for a good reason. You guys are going to enjoy it. I already know what's going to happen. I'm like so excited. Then your client, Mr. Matt Engarde, is innocent. There's no need to ask, old man. After all, my lawyer is going to say what I want, aren't you? Right? I can't do this, but I have to decide something. I can't get the evidence on me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. My client, Ms. Engarde, is... I put guilty, by the way. We are waiting for your answer, Mr. Wright. Matt Engarde, your client deserves an answer. Okay, I can't say it right, but okay. Maya, I'm sorry. Matt Engarde is... Yes! There she is! Francisca von Karma! Oh my god, there she is! Ah! What are you doing? Ow! You see now, don't you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This is exactly why you should never take your eyes off that scruffy fool. Did you bring them? The final pieces. Do you have them? You should know better than to ask that, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Von Karma is perfect in every way. The evidence is here in perfect condition. Don't worry about Scruffy. He's fine, and his injuries are minor. All of the items are inside this. What a filthy old coat this is. Sorry, I got excited. The gumshoes, that's gumshoes. I can spot that his tattered rags anywhere. I apologize for its ugliness, but there was nothing else to wrap the items in. I fought long and hard this whole trial, all for what is inside that raggedy coat. I'm sure that inside that coat lies a crucial piece of evidence. Your Honor, inside that filthy coat are the defense's final pieces of evidence. Your final evidence? I have to... Hang on, I'm readjusting. Hang on. Yeah. I got too warm. The trial is already over. All that remains is for me to hand down my verdict. Sorry, I just cannot get comfortable today, can I? I do not believe that any evidence presented now would change the outcome of this trial. Oh, but yes, it would. What? Your Honor, it is our duty to examine every piece of evidence down to the last. I request that Ms. Onkama be allowed to present these pieces of evidence. I I suppose you're right, Mr. Edgeworth. I grant permission to do so. Well, sorry. However, this one obvious rule applies here. If these items do not bring up any points, then they will not be accepted by this court. Now, Miss Karma, if you please. These pieces of evidence are items left by 𝙬𝙬 during his escape from the police. He must have been in quite a rush. Yes, Your Honor. 𝙬𝙬 had left 3 pieces of evidence. Somewhere among the evidence we're about to see, there will be something that will turn this whole situation around, like a miracle. I'm sure of it. That is all we can hope for. The first item is a pistol. Does 𝙬𝙬's pistol have anything to do with this case? Question for more details. Does that pistol have any relation to this case? We have yet to perform a ballistics test, so I can't say anything for certain. However, I believe it has something to do with this case, at least to me. That's the pistol that he used to shoot you, isn't it? That's what I believe, yes. Oh. I almost forgot about that. But I shouldn't. Anyway, I kept the bullet they removed from my shoulder, sort of a memento. I'm sure it will be an excellent sample for the test. So that's the pistol that was used to shoot Francisco. It's probably not going to help us very much. The second piece of evidence is this videotape. Have you checked the contents of that tape? Unfortunately, there was no time to. Oh yeah. But I would speculate that this tape is very important. Why would you say that? Because he came back to his hideout for it. The killer went back for it? That's right. It looks like he was trying to recover it. He injured 3 of the officers at the site. But somehow, it looks like they managed to protect it from 𝙬𝙬. Shelly 𝙬𝙬 is no ordinary man. No, he isn't. The last piece of evidence is this bellboy's uniform. Is that a uniform from the Gatewater Hotel? Was that used during the crime? I am almost certain it was. There's even a pair of black leather gloves in one of the pockets. There's no doubt about it. 𝙬𝙬 was wearing this on the night of the murder. I remember the black gloves. There is one thing I found interesting about this uniform. And what is that? There's a button missing on this uniform. A button. It's a very unique button. I'm sure if we were to recover it, it would provide us with an interesting clue. That is all I have to present, Your Honor. It's just as I thought. And what is that, Your Honor? I'm sure we were under normal circumstances. These items from Shelly 𝙬𝙬's side would be very important clues. However, our question is not who did the killing. It is, who is the client? Yes, that is correct. And these 3 items do not tell us anything about that. Thank you for your hard work, Ms. Markham. You may step down now. Wait, Your Honor. Please allow me to examine this new evidence. Overruled. This court already has all the evidence it needs to hand down a verdict. Wonderful. Absolutely splendid. This judge is such a brilliant man, isn't he? Is this land? Phoenix? I knew it. There's no such thing as a miracle in this world, is there? I think you're wrong. I think they do exist. But you have to make that miracle happen. You've come this far. You can't give up now. But no matter how you think about it, it's try for my sake. Just think about it for a second. There are 2 ways out of the situation for us. 2? The first, make On Guard wish from the bottom of his soul for a guilty verdict. 𝙬𝙬 will always place his client wishes first. If On Guard himself wishes to be convicted, then he will let his hostage go. That may be true, but that's asking me to do the impossible. The second way, force 𝙬𝙬 to end his contract with On Guard. If 𝙬𝙬 were to no longer think of On Guard as his client, then he would let Maya go. Mia, that's even more impossible. He is a man who values his duty towards his clients above all else. I know both of these seem like impossible feats at first, but if you could make either one happen, it would truly be a miracle. The bigger problem is, the judge has already said he doesn't need any more evidence. The pieces he was just shown, he's not accepting them. Phoenix, think things through from the other side. Isn't that what has always worked for us? the other side. Wait, does she mean... You mean to turn things around? Phoenix, the judge says he doesn't need the evidence. If that's the case, then who does need it? The person who needs the evidence. The defense, prosecution, and the judge. We have seen all the pieces of evidence, and that is how we've come to know the truth. But there are people who have not seen them all, and those people do not know the truth. That truth, it may be what will bring about the miracle in the end. There are no objections this time, correct? Now then, I will pronounce my verdict. Why don't we all respectfully sit back and listen, kids? Ooh! I've already told you, Mr. Wright. This court does not need any more evidence. I'm not saying... Hang on. I'm not saying that it is us that needs the evidence, Your Honor. Then you want to show that piece of evidence to that person? Yes, Your Honor. Please, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, one chance. Please show your evidence to who you think is the right person. Is it possible to turn the situation around in one try? One try. That is all I will permit. I have to try to remember everything that's happened up to this point. Think, Phoenix, think. There must be a way to save Maya while taking on guard down at the same time. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's not waste any more time. Let me go ahead and save real quick. Just in case I mess this up. And I could do both endings if you guys wanted me to. I could do the good ending and the bad ending, because I've actually played the good ending before, once already. But I'm probably just going to play the good ending. But if you guys want to see the bad ending too, I could do that as well. But that's up to you. Who would you like to show evidence to? I see. And now, tell this court what one piece of evidence you would like to show this person. Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? I think there is some merit in showing this evidence to that witness. Bailiff, please bring in the transceiver from earlier. Alright, it looks like they got a hold of him. Sorry, I was reading over the comments. Maya, she's okay, right? The freaking outside, there's like a sunset like right outside my window right now, and it made my window turn orange. It freaked me out. Didn't I tell you to concern yourself with bringing about a speeding end to this trial? Now, if I understand correctly, you wish to show me one piece of evidence. Yes, one is all I need. I have here a videotape. It was found at your hideout. I heard you injured 3 officers in your attempt to get this back. That was most regrettable. However, it was an order from my client. I was told to protect that videotape. He does. I thought so. I'm afraid I seem to have failed in that regard. Do you know the contents of this tape? I was sternly told by my client not to watch it, so I have absolutely no idea. Actually, you are on this tape. Me? There was a video camera hidden at the crime scene. Your actions were being recorded. What? Is that true, Mr. Wright? Who was it that planted a camera? Well, the only person who could have placed the camera at the scene of the crime would be your client, naturally. That was Adrian Andrews. Be quiet and listen, Your Honor. Yes, sir. Your client specified a place and time for you, isn't that right? Yes. That was so they could film you. I had no idea. Mr. Wright, why would my client do such a thing? I would like to know why. Why did Matt OnGuard film the crime scene? The reason why he did that is my ticket out of this whole mess. There's only one reason why your client would secretly film the crime scene. They wanted blackmail on you. Your client once told me something very interesting. We were talking about you, and this is what they said. But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone. Least of all assassins. Oh, come now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. Yes, that's where the video comes in. With that, I can keep it at bay, and even blackmail him if I want. Your client didn't trust you at all. They were thinking of using this video to blackmail you. Whoops. What do you have to say to that, 𝙬ⴍ Oh, he broke. It looks like I was to see it from the very beginning. Yes, by natural, that is the kind of person they are. Your client is a person who only thinks and plots of how to use people around them to protect themselves from any and all dangers that may arise. That is the true nature of your client. I have one question for the witness. Yes. You told us one thing numerous times during your testimony. You said that you detest traitors most of all. Yes, that's right. But what if that traitor was your own client? What would you do then? That's obvious. I would break our contract in that case. And then that client would become the next target. For the honor of the killer name, even if it takes an eternity, I would follow that person to the end of the earth to exact my punishment. And that's where everything gets rough. Because seeing as how either way Matt OnGuard's going to die, whether he's guilty or not guilty. Because if he's not guilty, knowing that OnGuard blackmailed him basically. I know, I love him too. He's just like, okay, well, I don't want to get killed by a hand of the assassin, so I may as well just kind of, I don't know. You guys see my point. I see. That's all I wanted to know. So the traitor becomes the killer's next target. Ah, I get it. This is how we'll turn this case around. Mr. Wright? Yes. My contract with my client is over as of now. I seem to have a new job on my hands. I will now return to you, your precious item. What the? I'm not an item! Maya, I thought I'd never see you again. Oh, thank goodness. The fact that he cares about her so much makes me so happy. This trial appears to have come to its conclusion. However, I don't quite know what just happened there with the client and the witness and... Ah! Ms. Karma, did that... She always has you in her sights. Now, I do believe it's time to finally hand down a verdict. Okay, guys. This is it. Don't get scared now. Mr. OnGuard, it looks like somehow you got what you wanted. You'll finally receive the acquittal you wanted so badly. You should be happy. But before that, I would like to make one final statement. Sometime in the near future, one very betrayed assassin may appear before you. Needless to say, that man is very good at what he does. I'm sure you would understand what I mean if you watched this video. Help me. Now then, Your Honor, the verdict, if you please. Is this alright with you, Mr. Wright? We have finally reached the end of a very long deed, whichever way your heart tells you to. Right, Chief? We're gonna plead guilty. Matt OnGuard? Even though I'm a lawyer, I cannot make your crime disappear. I think a guilty verdict is appropriate here. Me? My wonderful self? Guilty? Even if you got an acquittal, the instant you set foot outside the detention center, your life would be in danger. No matter which way you look at it. You can't run away from your crime anymore. Oh, guilty. I can't even read that anymore. I'm done. Oh, he's dead. Okay. He just that's Mr. Edgeworth. How is Matt on guard? I have left Miss Von Karma in charge of his incarceration. Oh, Francisca. Gotta love her. Very good. That was a close one, wasn't it, witness? Yes. I plan to pay my debt to society for my own crime, Your Honor. This trial was the first time I stood on the witness stand, and when I did, I really felt hopeless. She must be talking about the time Edgeworth really went after her. I guess she's trying to forgive him for what he did. This witness, how should I put it? She has a illness. If you're going to say you would choose death, that is of no concern to me. Ah! You did that last time. Okay, I'm sorry. But after that, when I was alone at the detention center, that's the first time I really saw myself and who I am. And the day when the two of you used your combined strength to convict Matt, I felt like I'd finally been saved. Girl. Wow, this is the first time I've ever seen her smile. I am really happy that you two were in charge of this case. I really don't know how to express how I feel at this moment. This is dumb. Thank you so much, everyone. I love the music. Can you guys hear that? But everyone seems to be in good spirits. Okay, so there's gonna be one more thing I gotta do. And at the end of this, I have to actually yell objection, so I apologize if I get a little loud. So, headphone users, warning right about now. You're great out there, Phoenix. What I did out there was right, wasn't it? This is the first time you've not gotten your client off. You got them a guilty verdict this time. But you have to look past all of that to what's really important. You now realize that there is something more than just getting a not guilty, right? Yes, I understand now. Phoenix, think back for a second. Think to the moments before Ms. Von Karma arrived with the final pieces of evidence. Think about the incredible decision you had to make. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear this defense's final statements on this matter. I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. Yep, okay, whatever. This is all stuff you're thinking back on. I got scared from it. I'm like, wait, what? But it's in thinking back, so I'm not gonna, whatever. Is he guilty or is he not guilty? Those were your choices then. And your answer spoke to what being a lawyer means to you. Right? Edgeworth! I have good news. Maya is now safe in police custody. Really? You're telling us the truth, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, she's quite safe. She's on her way here as we speak in a patrol car. Ah, Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya's safe! You did it! You really did it, Mr. Nick! Ow, she punches deceptively hard for a kid. I believed in you. I kept saying to myself, Mr. Nick will save her. Mr. Nick will save her. What? Thanks? Oh, what's wrong? This wrong here. Oh, thanks. Ow! Why are you still smiling, Mr. Phoenix, right? You lost! Your perfect win record has now been crushed. And yet, you're still happy? I don't think you'll ever understand, Ms. Von Karma. How dare you? Don't worry. She missed you meantime. After all, I was like that myself until a year ago. Edgeworth. For my own personal victories. And for guilty verdicts. Oh my god, no! Freaking heart attack over here. I used every dirty trick in the book, and so my win record remained spotless. But a man appeared and stood fast against that selfish me. I fought him in my usual manner and tasted my first defeat. I had lost everything because of that. And then it was my turn to sit in the defendant's chair. I'm trying not to cry right now. I'm so sorry. And I was saved by that person I called my enemy. I couldn't forgive myself for all that had happened, so I left the prosecutor's office. And I left that note. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death. as well you should have. A prosecutor who has shamed himself with defeat should crawl into a hole and die. Wow, okay, that's harsh. But you know, never mind. But that was not what happened. After I left the prosecutor's office, I finally came to realize something. And it was in that moment of clarity that everything began to change. What foolish nonsense! We prosecutors use anything we can to attack the defendant. But every time we did so, no matter how desperate the situation, instead of giving up like most people, that man would hold strong with his undying faith. And then, before I knew it, I began to trust in that man as well. What? You trusted your enemy? Doesn't matter how many underhanded tricks a person uses. The truth will always find a way to make itself known. The only thing we can do is fight with the knowledge and hold in everything we have, erasing the paradoxes one by one. It's never easy. We claw and scratch for every inch. But we will always eventually reach that one single truth. This I promise you. The truth. Yes, that's the reason why prosecutors and defense lawyers exist. But I'm sure you knew that already, didn't you, right? That's why you couldn't forgive me. This man who went into hiding. Isn't that right? This man who only had his sights set on victory, who ran away into the night. Ah! Is Mr. Edgeworth right, Mr. Nick? Oh, tell Pearl. You really let me down. When you disappeared, I felt betrayed. The reason I decided to become a lawyer to begin with was because I believed in the things you said to me all those years ago. And you betrayed your own words. That's why, 1 year ago, I made up my mind. I decided that the Miles Edgeworth I knew had died. At least, that's what I told myself. You pathetic fool! Ms. Von Karma, I don't want to hear the wretched whimpering of a disgraced loser. A Von Karma is someone who is destined to be perfect. Miles Edgeworth, you are no longer worthy! You are no longer worthy of being a Von Karma. And neither am I! It's over! It's all over! Oh, okay, bye. Francisca threw something on the ground just now. This is an electromagnetic transceiver. Isn't that the thing she used to track Detective Gumshoe? I'll return to this at the precincts later. There's something else. Ah! Isn't that Miss Von Karma's whip? It is. I'm gonna cry. I'll never set foot in another courtroom again. I'm sure that's what she's saying by this action. You should keep this, right? Okay. Nick! Maya! Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! Oh my god, guys. I love this photo so much. I had that photo on my old... Oh, Nick! I knew you would come through. You got on guard convicted, like I knew you would. And on top of that, you even rescued me. Well, of course I did. You knew I would never desert you. But we sure pressed our luck this trial. You're really lucky to be standing here. Whatever, whatever. Look, it's over, okay? Besides, if I did croak, I would just come back and haunt you like a bad ghost do Pearly. Is it really that easy to do something like that? When you're a spirit medium, yes. So thanks a lot, Nick. Don't mention it. Maya. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm relieved you're alright. Hey, it looks like you've made some real progress, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, I suppose I'm a little different from who I was a year ago. Alright! I think it's time we got out of this depressing place. Huh? Where are we going? Food, Nick! Food! Grub! Chow! I'm starved! I'm so hungry even you look like a nice juicy burger on a bun to me, Nick. You think I look like a burger? I'm a prime rib at least. Come with us, Mr. Edgeworth, please. If you insist. Alright, so how about we hit up our usual burger joint? Don't be silly, Nick. Huh? This case messed up that awesome evening and got in the way of my gourmet food. So I've decided that we have to make it up by having another feast. Another feast. Come on, Nick! Food! Oh my god, I love her. Hey, pal, sorry to keep you guys waiting. Come shoo, are you alright? Yeah, I'm really embarrassed. I didn't think I would hit a telephone pole of all things. A telephone pole? Then it wasn't a red light that got him. You did it again, city boy. Felt like my dear old heart is gonna give out on me, and I ain't joking. Yeah, it was more exciting than the very last episode of Steel Samurai. Thanks. Now look here, Mr. Snooty Prosecutor. Don't you reckon you bully Mr. Right too hard? If you don't stop being a lot nicer to him, he might just kick it. So not even. I'll keep that in mind. Oh my god, precious boy. Well, come on now. Everyone gather around. Y'all gonna get your picture taken by a genuine professional photographer. I messed up the freaking accent. Okay. Looks like Lotta bought herself a new camera. Well, pal, at least we can put this messy case behind us now. Come on, tonight's all about eating, so let's go chow down, pal. Amen to that, pal. Amen. Me too, Maya. Me too. You know, when you think about it, you were the one who saved the day, detective. Huh? Me? You really think so? He's right. If it wasn't for the 3 items you took, I think this trial would have had a very different ending. Well, you know, it's... Huh? Wait, that's odd. When I ran off with the things from the killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things total, sir. What? 4? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I put one of the items in my coat pocket. There was a 4th item? Aw, come on, y'all, it's over. But whoo, boy, I tell you, you really are something else. Between getting accused of murder and Excuse me, what's the apostrophe doing there? Between getting accused of murder and getting kidnapped, never a dull moment with you, huh? You think? Why does she look so happy about that? But being shut away for 2 whole days. Weren't you scared? Yeah, it was really scary. I felt so hopeless. So to keep my mind off things, I drew a picture. Sounds like you had it rough, gal. So where's this picture of yours? Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see Mystic Maya's picture. You know, I don't know where it went. Aw, that's too bad. Well, that's alright. It wasn't anything important anyway. It sure is nice to finally see them both smiling again. What is it, Edgeworth? This thing is picking something up. That's Miss Montgomery's receiver. Ugh, thanks to her, I had the most awful experience of my life, sir. I can't believe she stuck a tracking device on me. That's odd. Even though you're standing right here, the tracking device seems to be in a different location. Oh, it's probably busted or something, sir. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm afraid it's about time for me to excuse myself. I still have some work to do. Huh? But Mr. Edgeworth, you haven't even eaten anything yet. And you've eaten way too much, you glutton. I have fun tonight. Now, if you'll excuse me. Wait. What? I just want to say, thanks, Edgeworth. You really saved me out there. If anyone should be saying thanks, it should be me, right? I feel like words alone aren't enough here. I wonder if there's anything I can give him to express how I feel. Oh. We're gonna probably have to watch the credits together, guys. I think there's one part that... Okay, anyway, I gotta give him something. This, I think. What's this? Thank you. It's all thanks to you, too. You and her. You don't need to thank me. I was only doing my job. It looks like Mr. Edgeworth has left, Mr. Nick. Hey, Mystic Maya! Yes, Pearly? I guess you two can go back to being lovey-dovey, right? You, Mr. Nick, I mean... Pearly! Would you cut it out already? You're embarrassing me! Anyway. So who's paying for this lovely dinner party? As if you need to ask. Everyone say thank you to Nick! Huh? Yeah, I'm kind of at the point where I can't even buy instant noodles, pal. So I kind of already put your name on the bill. Huh? Yeah, I got me a situation just like that myself. There's this camera shop and this hotel, see? And I just bought myself this good old beauty here. It better be anyhow for $3,000. Huh? Actually, I reckon you bought it for me since it's on your tab and all. Huh? Isn't this great, Mr. Nick? Yeah, Nick. Why do I suddenly feel like screaming? You don't need to hold back now, you hear? Yeah, pal. Time to let it all out. This is going to be the first time I hear the real you. Go on. It's been a while since I've heard you say it. I've been busy being hostage and all. Alright then. You say so. I gotta yell it, so give me like 2 seconds. Objection! Yeah! Here we go. Me! I know, same. Okay, but did anybody else notice how similar that sounded to Francisca's objection? Because I noticed that and I want to cry. Why is it so blurry? Why is my camera not focusing? There it goes. You really came through for me, Nick. I had to hide that letter, but I knew you'd find it. I really feel like I've been living on the edge lately. I mean, I've escaped death 3 times now. Pretty cool, huh? I feel like a pro. Yeah, she got, I'm so happy that you could save Mystic Maya. Your name made reservations for the 2 of you, just in case. Pearl! Pearl. Pearl. You know, I'm kind of glad I don't have Pearl in Nintendogs, because I'm pretty sure she would have punched Phoenix in the face like 500 times by now. Well, pal, it looks like I'm back on the force again. Mr. Edwards had a long talk with the chief, and he got me reinstated for my sake. I heard he said things like, letting the one go is bad for all society. I knew it! Crashing headlong into everything is the only way to live, pal! But the only reason I say that is because Pearl ships Phoenix and Maya. As do I, of course. I mean, I ship him with another couple of characters myself, but, you know, I can have multiple ships in one. Hey, look, it's Echo's Persona! I love her! Hi, hey, whatever. Anyways, I was saying, because of how she ships the 2 of them together, which Maya being Lila in my case, I figure right now. Oh my god, yeah, same. Same? Same? Oh my god. No, it's not, because I do too. Is it bad that I ship freaking Galaxy and Bow? I don't like you. I know! I'm not even gonna bother voicing whatever. I'm just gonna stop talking. Hey, look, it's Jingo's Persona. Hello. Hello. Oh my god, I hate you. You were not very funny. I'm gonna be more contemporary with my humor. More curls. Represent. Oh my god, the Hallelujah chorus. Me too, Trilo. Me too. Me when I have to do group work and I'm the only person doing it. I really hope she's dead, to be honest with you. Like, she didn't show back up in the 3rd game, I don't think. Right? This is why half the time when I say I feel like a nuisance, I really truly mean it, because I'm literally only used because I'm smart. A lot of the time, anyway. Like, in English class when we do projects, I'm working with my trio, and, you know, everything is fine. We all do a little bit of our work, you know, everything's cool. Right? I'll just put my name on it. You can say I won't. Baby girl, baby. The ship is real! My friend's just kidding. Yeah. Oh, I have freaking exams Wednesday to Friday, and I feel like I'm gonna fail my math exam. But it's okay. No? Maybe? Am I stroking her? Who knows? Who knows what I'm doing? I like to tap my screen. Who knows what I'm doing at this point? Oh. I'm sorry if that was... Oh! Ooh! Yes! Yes! The part in the anime that legit made me cry. Here we go! And... my baby girl. Here she is. She's coming. How did you know I was here? With this. I heard you were planting things on a certain person. Things like tracking devices on his coat, for example. That
That's just like you. I only planted it there because he was always wearing it. This filthy drab coat of his. I don't know. That's going in the trash, I promise you that. Oh, that's right. Speaking of that, man, he told me something very interesting. When I ran off with the things from Detect the Killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things total. It seems he put the last one in his coat pocket. He put it in his... Here? It doesn't matter anymore. The case is already over. What are you going to do now? That's none of your business. Are you running away? Shut up! You don't understand a thing. You can't possibly understand what it means to be Manfred von Karma's daughter. Franziska, so many expectations from everyone around me. Expectations I must fulfill. I'm expected to win no matter what. And failure? Such a thing is not an option for me. Right? My father's a genius. There's no doubt about that. But me, I'm no genius. I've always known that. But I had to be one. I had to. You may not be a genius like your father, but you're a prosecutor. You've been and always will be. No, I'm not. Not anymore. I've even thrown my whip away. Speaking of that, this happened, didn't you? I'm going to say this again. We prosecutors do not fight for personal honor or pride. I hope you will think deeply about what you should be striking down with that whip. You haven't changed a bit. You've always left me alone and walked on ahead without me. Miles Edgeworth, I've always hated you. And then, finally, my chance to take my revenge on you arrived. If I could win against that man, if I could make Phoenix Wright bow down in defeat, then this girl you left behind would have risen higher than you. That was supposed to be my revenge. I see. You know, I can't do it. I can't change who I am. I can't throw away everything I've done today. I believe you can. Just like how Adrian Andrews did. Adrian Andrews. You were going to use her during the trial, right? But you, isn't that right? Today, you chased after me, after I had left you behind all these years. And that's why we're standing here now, side by side. But I have no intention of stopping. If you say you're going to quit your walk down the prosecutor's path, then this is where we part ways, Franziska von Karma. Oh my god. I am Franziska von Karma. Don't think I'm going to walk in your shadow forever. Our battle begins now. So you better prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth. Oh god. There she goes. She go noom. We're almost done. I can freaking get comfortable after this. I don't know why it's blinking. Probably did that. I programmed it to do that. Last piece of evidence never made it to you? It was the calling card! I swear to god, if it was the calling card? No! No, I know exactly what that is. I know exactly what it is. Oh. That's it! Maya drew that. I'm so freaking... I love how she did. I love that, okay? Why can't I draw his hair that well, first of all? Second of all, I'm pretty much in tears. Third of all, I really missed this game. I haven't been able to play in months, okay? And it feels so good to be able to finish. I was supposed to finish this, right? Okay. Oh my god. This game is amazing. Anyway, as I was saying, basically, I haven't been able to play this game in months. I started that case when it was starting in canon back in March. I got so busy after that, I just stopped completely playing, and it was just, oh my god. It feels so nice to be back to playing again. Anyway, I'll be doing a poll on Google Plus as soon as I'm done here for which case I should live stream next. It will be the entire case, so it will be more than 4 parts as we have here. But of course, it will be through a couple of days, of course. I'm going to do like a couple hours a day. It won't be till summer because this week is my last week of school, and I need to finish the one I'm doing in Dual Destinies, which should be very soon. I'm on like the last part, I think. I can't tell you for sure. But I'll be doing a poll on that, and you guys will decide which one will be. It'll either be the second and third case in this game. I hate the third case, but I'll be willing to replay it just because I'm a nice person. Or it'll be the final or fourth case in the third game, which are they're both very good cases, and I love them both. I have played the fourth case like 3 times now, so ooh, fourth case and investigation maybe. I haven't quite decided what to put the poll up against, but whatever the winner is will be the case I do it. And of course, I will start some background information for the polls as well, so you guys will know exactly what the case is and all of that jazz. Anyway, I want to thank you guys so much for joining, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.